How would you like to stop trading hours for dollars? How would you like a simple way to take the things that you do easily, that come naturally for you, and create a system out of them that you could then go and teach to other people and leverage your message, your expertise out into the world in a bigger way? I'm Marnie Pearson, and welcome to How to Create Programs in a Week or Less. And in this training today, I'm going to be sharing with you how to stop trading those hours for dollars and leverage your expertise out to the world. What you'll discover in this video will be products and programs can be created fast in a week or less. It does not have to take years in development. It does not have to take months or even weeks. You can do it literally in a week or less. There are also simple ways to organize what's in your head into sellable products and programs. You may think that what you do is just anybody could do it, or it just comes easy for you, but there are things that you do and you know how to do that can be created into a system and shared with others and leveraged out into the world to make it a better place. You're also going to learn by the end of this presentation how to determine which product to create first. You may have several ideas swimming around in your head, or you may have no ideas at all, but I'm going to show you how to determine which product or program to create first. First, a little bit about me so you know who's talking to you here. My name is Marnie Pearson. I'm the creator of the first online article directory. Ideal Marketer started in 1998 and ran through November of 2012 when some changes in the article marketing landscape changed with some Google changes, and I decided to venture off into specifically helping knowledge-based professionals, people with a light to share with the world, to be able to do that in a better way. I'm the best-selling author of 24 books. I'm also the creator of the collaborative creation and story method, which I teach in my Create a Wow book program, which shows you how to create books fast and market them. I'm the author of multiple #1 Amazon movers and shakers and #1 Amazon bestsellers. I've been selling info products online since 1994. Yeah, back in the days of AOL and CompuServe and Prodigy. You may not even be old enough to remember those. I'm also the mother of 6, 4 boys, 2 girls, and a grandbaby on the way. Okay, a few myths about product development and program development. The first myth is that product creation has to take a long time. Some people used to spend, a year in development. They do all this research and R&D and, make it a big production. It does not have to take that long, and I'm going to show you shortcuts for doing that. Another myth is that you need a lot of technical pieces to deliver programs and products online, and this simply is not true. I'm going to reveal to you the exact technical pieces that you do need. You do need a little bit of technology, but it doesn't have to be overkill. Another myth is you must know everything about your subject before creating products and programs, and frankly that's impossible. You just need to know more than the average person, more than the people that you're going to be teaching, and you don't need to wait till you know everything. Okay, the challenge that I see most people facing who have an expertise of some kind is that they're having trouble packaging what seems so obvious to them or what comes easily for them. And you may know what I'm talking about. There's certain things that just come easily for you, and people say, wow, what do you do that? How do you do that? And you're just like, oh, it's just what I do. It's no big deal. But there is some magic in what you do easily, and we'll talk about that more in a minute. The other challenge I see is there's so much information swimming around in your head, it's hard to know how to organize it and how to convey it. And we end up either just not organizing at all and not making the programs, or we deliver too much at once and overwhelm people. In the meantime, while you're grappling over these challenges, you're losing out on revenues. And there's a lot of money you could be leaving on the table in your business. And I want to ask you, are you leaving money on the table? Let's take a look. Let's say you can create 3 $197 programs per year and you deliver them each twice a year. Let's assume you have 10 people in each class. Not a lot, 10 people. The first program that you come up with, you sell it for $197, you have 10 people in it, and you deliver it twice over the course of a year. That gives you $3,940. If you do that again with program 2, you've got another $3,940. If you do it with a third program, you've got another $3,940, and that's a total earnings of $11,820. It's a very conservative number there for creating some programs and putting them out that you could easily create another 11 or 12 grand. Let's take a look at what your time is worth. A typical virtual assistant might earn $45 an hour. An energy worker might earn $100 an hour. A coach might earn $150 an hour, $250 an hour, something like that. But we'll just take $150. Okay, so what if I saved you only 15 hours on every program or product that you create? If you created 3 programs over the next year, you'd save 45 hours. That's 15 hours times 3 programs. Now you have an additional 45 billable hours available to you. If you're a VA earning $45 an hour, you just redeem $2,025 worth of billable time. If you're an energy worker, that translates into $4,500. If you're a coach making that $150 an hour, that translates into $6,750. So you can see your time is worth something, and a lot of us don't think about what our time's worth. All the time that we spend creating, researching, trying to figure out how to do things, we waste a lot of our billable hours. We waste the time that we could be doing what we do best. Now let's think about it. How many ways can you repurpose a live program? You can repurpose it into downloadable products, fixed-term memberships. You could use parts of it as bonuses in other products. It could be a bonus to a high-end product. And a lot of other ways. Just the imagination. Use your imagination and come up with all kinds of ways how to leverage and repurpose content you created into a live program into other products, services, and memberships. The fastest moneymaker of all here is downloadable products. You create one product and you'll have a recurring revenue from then on. Let's say that $197 product, you decide to be conservative with it, and you sell it for $97 in a downloadable form. It's not live anymore. You've just got audios, handouts, whatever you created with that live training, and now you're going to offer it to people as a download. So you're going to bring the price down most likely. Let's say we take it to $97. If you sell 50 of those, that's an extra $4,850. If you sell 100 of them, that's another $9,700. If you sell 500 of them, that's an extra $48,500. And if you happen to sell 1,000 of your $97 programs or products now, that's $97,000. So you can see where you can create multiple income streams in your business, things that you can sell while you're off on vacation somewhere that are instantly downloaded and delivering quality information to your audience. I want to ask you, are you seeing the wow factor in you and what you offer? And this is what a lot of people miss. They're not seeing it in themselves. But I want you to ask yourself, what is your claim to fame? I'll give you an example of mine in a moment. But I want you to ask yourself, what questions do you hear from people the most? Because they're clues as to what makes you stand out. Mine was, how do you get so much done so fast? I hear that all the time. People say, you have 6 kids. How did you write 24 books? How did you build this big ideal marketer site with 10 million page views a month? How did you do that when you had 6 children? That's hands down the biggest question I've ever asked. And honestly, I didn't think I could teach anyone how I got things done so fast. To me, it was just innate. It was the way I thought. It was the way I moved with the energy and the flow of life. And I couldn't figure out, it just seemed easy for me. And I didn't think I could do it. But I eventually did. And I took what I learned and I put it first into how to get more done in a day than most people accomplish in a week. And I turned that into an instantly downloadable $37 product with some audios, some handouts, some written information, a little ebook type thing. So let's talk about how to distill your brilliance, and I'll use this one as an example. First off, I started out by documenting what I did know about my philosophy, about getting things done, about how I managed my time, the tools that I used, the different scheduling techniques I used, and all of that. I got that down. So your first step would be to document what you do know. And then I had someone interview me about it. I had a coach at the time who was great at asking questions. Almost every coach is. That's what they're masters at, is to ask you the right questions and pull your brilliance out and pull the answers out of you. So I had this coach friend who had interviewed me about how I got so much done. And she interviewed me for about 3 hours. I had 3 hours of audio that I took and then transcribed and filled in the gaps. And that became the book that went with the program. We recorded that interview, of course. And once you do this, if you document what you know, have somebody interview you to fill in the gaps, record the interview, then ask yourself, okay, how did that turn out? Did you have more to say about that than you thought you did? I bet you will. If it turns out well, you've got a product. If you don't have enough to say on it, then you know, okay, that's not the best idea for a product. Okay, once you have that, once you know what your wow factor is, you can leverage it as a pivot point. My friend Phil Davis, who is a branding guy from Tungsten Branding, talks about having a pivot point. It's a point around which everything rotates, sort of like the old compasses we used in grade school to make a circle. You put that point there and you can make a circle out from it. That pivot point is your wow factor, the thing that makes you stand out. And I'll just show you how I've done that with how do you get things done so fast. I took that idea and leveraged it into how I created books fast and showed people how to create a wow book, a book that stands out, creates buzz, and doesn't take very long to develop or write or produce. I gave the entire system I use. I've created these 24 books, some through publishers, most of them self-published. I know that system inside and out, and I just started teaching it to people so they could use my fast system. Instead of floundering around trying to figure things out, they could just go, okay, here's the fastest way to do it. Now, I created that program, and then it transitioned into a monthly coaching group. Okay, so it became the start of something that was an ongoing residual income stream. I also duplicated it in a program, which I'm going to be telling you about here, on how to create a product in a week or less. I'm giving you templates, everything that you need to create, market, and fill your programs. So here's some ways that you could spot your own brilliance. First off, you love to talk about it. It's something that you just find yourself talking about all the time. People ask you questions about it. It's easy for you. It's not something that you just really hate or that you drudge. It's something you like and something that comes easy for you. And other people compliment you on it. People might say, wow, how did you do this? It makes you unique in your field. I mean, let's say you're a coach. Well, there's thousands of life coaches. Or you're a business consultant. There's thousands of business consultants. But this thing makes you unique. What is it that stands out about you that's different than every other life or business coach? Now, once you kind of have an idea of what makes you stand out, that thing that you think, oh, I don't know if I can even teach it, don't let that scare you. Let's bring that to the table, and then I want to give you some ideas on how to decide which product to create. First off, brainstorm a few ideas of what you could teach people around your wow factor. So for me, some of the ideas I had were how to write a book fast, how to create a program fast, how to just get more done in your life overall. So you could jot down the ideas down the left-hand side, and then you're going to grade them based on how much content you already have created around this subject. And I would grade them on a scale of 1 to 5. 1 being hardly any content, no content really to speak of, up to 5, you got tons of content. Okay, so in our example here for idea number 1, I've scored content a 4. Quite a bit of content, let's say, for that. The next thing you're going to score here is passion. How passionate about this are you? Can you talk about it a lot? Do you like it? Is it a subject you really enjoy talking to people about? Let's say in idea number 1, it's somewhere in the middle. It's about a 3. Okay. Then you're going to look at demand. How many people have asked you about this? How many questions do you see floating around? How many other people are talking about this subject? Is it in demand for your audience? Let's say that idea number 1, you can't really see a lot of demand and you're going to give it a 2. Then you're going to look at business tie-in. How closely does it fit with the business you're already doing? A lot of people that come up with an idea, but it doesn't even tie in to their existing business at all. And that, you want to give it a low score if it doesn't tie in. In this case, we're going to say idea number 1 has a 3. It's somewhere in the middle. It moderately ties into the business. And the last thing you're going to score is knowledge. How knowledgeable are you about this idea? Is it pretty easily for you to talk about it from an experience and an expertise level? This one, let's say it's something that you really know a lot about, and idea number 1 gets a 5. You total your score across, and that gives you a score for that idea. You do this for each of your ideas. How many ever you come up, 1, 2, 3, 4 ideas, how many ever ideas you get. Okay, and the one with the highest score is the one that wins. Now, of course, you've got to use your own intuition a little bit here as well. And if you, let's say you've got 2 that are close, you got one that's 22 on the score and one that's 21, but you're really more excited, a little bit more excited about 21, the one with 21, well, do that one, okay? But it's going to give you an idea how to grade these and see how fast you can get them to market. And a lot of people, they have so many ideas that they can't decide on which one, so they don't do any of them. Well, you're just leaving all kinds of money on the table. You'd be better off having a system like this. Pick the one that you think you can get to market fast, do it, then move on to the next one, then move on to the next one. Because, you could create 3 different programs in the time that you labor over which one to do first. The indecision is what kills your creativity. It kills your revenue streams, your cash flow. Use this little method here, and that'll help you decide what product or program to create first. Okay, now I'm going to share with you my process for creating programs fast. First, I create a preview call or a webinar of some kind to let people know about the program that I've created. And then you enroll the viewers into your program, and then you deliver the program live, and then you record it. And then you now have an instantly downloadable product. The recordings and the handouts from you training just became a product you could sell as a download. Or you might choose to keep delivering it live. There is an energy to live events, and a lot of times I like to keep that live energy and the interaction of a live event. So some of my programs don't make it into downloadable products as swiftly as others. I want to give you the key to speed with product creation. Keep it simple. You don't need to include everything in the kitchen sink. You just need to solve one problem for your audience. You want to use a duplicatable system, something that you can follow, and templates to just get your information down and get it out so that you're not doing it differently every time. Most likely you're a creative person and you like creating things a little differently and going with the flow, but If you don't have a system, at least a basic structure that allows you to have some flexibility, then you're going to waste a lot of time. But if you have a system to go by, it allows you the creativity to bring in your own ideas, your own thoughts, and everything that's flexible. If you have that kind of a duplicatable system, you can really run with it and create things fast that are unique to you. And use the same system for multiple programs and products. So you're going to use it every time, and you can create something completely different the second time you use it than you did the first, because it's a rich system that's duplicatable. And eventually you're going to get where you can create products in days rather than weeks, because you've got the system down. And this is what I've done. I've created my products and programs over and over again using this templated system that I use, and I can create things fast. Now, the system that I've created is called How to Create a Program in a Week or Less. And this is the core of this program that shows you how to create a program that you deliver live, that then can be either continued to deliver live or as a downloadable product. But you do it pretty fast, in a week or less. In fact, it's a 4-day training. So we want to stop having you have to constantly trade your hours for dollars. I imagine you'll still be doing some hourly work, and that's great. I love the one-on-work hourly work. I'm not going to get rid of that permanently, but I like to supplement my income with these programs that help me leverage my expertise and help more people at once. So when you're ready to save time and follow a system, this is what I have for you. I have a 3-phase training intensive. Phase 1 is the program creation. So where you get your program created, you know what's in it, you identify and research your ideal audience, and then you outline your product and pricing to match that audience. So you end up with a product or program that you know your people will pay money for. Because the last thing you want to do is create a product that nobody's going to buy because it isn't what they really want. Okay, so the key is knowing who you're serving and how to serve them best. And that's what this phase 1 of my intensives are centered around. Now, phase 2 is to simplify the sales process. A lot of people, they make it overkill, and it doesn't have to be complicated. You're going to develop a preview call or webinar, a presentation that makes it easy to sell, that makes it where you're not feeling pitchy, you're not hard sales or anything like that, but it also allows you to actually ask for the sale, because if you don't ask for the sale, you're not going to make the sales. Okay, so this preview presentation that I give you a template for in my program and teach you how to do makes it simple for you to deliver a meaty, information-packed presentation and close the sale so that you get people into your programs. I'll also give you a template to craft your sales page and teach you how to use it, and actually help you work on your sales pages, on your titles, your headlines, what you name your product, things like that. And then in phase 3, I help you fill those programs by helping you streamline your marketing plan and create a marketing calendar. I actually give you a marketing calendar that you can adapt and make your own, so you know what to do every day to consistently market your program so that you fill it. And then how to leverage your exposure through Facebook advertising and creating email follow-up series and things like that, so that you have a plan to fill those programs. Now, just as an overview slide here, the 3 phases for planning your program and marketing it. Phase 1 is researching your audience and creating a product outline. Phase 2 is your preview presentation, your call or webinar, or perhaps a live presentation. And also part of phase 2 is the sales pages and getting all your buy buttons and everything on there so that people can place an order. And phase 3 is your marketing plan, getting people into the program, filling it up, getting people leads onto your lists and things like that. Okay, so I'm going to give you a little sneak peek behind the scenes at my templates that I use. This is a phase 1 template on identifying your audience. This is just the basic part. It gets more meaty as it goes down to help you really identify your audience, who's going to buy this product, and what do they need. Also part of phase 1 is the actual program development, the product development, getting that developed so that you know exactly what you're going to put into your program. Now phase 2 is creating your preview presentation, and here's an example of a template from that. It gives you an outline of what to say in your presentation and how to deliver the information so that it's information rich and leads to the sale. Also part of phase 2 is the sales page, getting your sales page template. I ask you different questions to help you flesh out and really just create the sales page. And in phase 3, we're going to streamline your marketing. This is an example of a calendar, a marketing calendar that you can take and adapt and use as your own. So let's talk about technology needs. Let's talk about the needs that you're going to have in place to implement what I'm going to teach you here if you decide to participate. First, you need a website of some kind and a way to create web pages on it, like a WordPress site. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. A WordPress site is good enough. It's easy for you to get in there and add pages there. You also need an order processor, sort of like it could be PayPal, it could be one shopping cart, hooked to PayPal or hooked to a merchant account, something like that. Some way to process the money, take orders. So you need that. And you need some kind of a list service like Aweber or One Shopping Cart or MailChimp or GetResponse, something to get people on a list so that you can then send them follow-up emails and send them, thank you for registering for the call or thank you for your order, those kind of things. So those are just the bare bones needs that you need to make this work. Okay, what if you're not good with technology? I get this question a lot. I will demonstrate some things. We are going to do each of these trainings as a combination of instruction and actual hands-on look at your project. For example, in the first class on how to create a program in a week, the first day we go over your audience and how to identify it, and I give you some homework to do. And then you come to the second day's training, and it's a hands-on look at your audience. You bring your questions, and it's a live Q&A, and it's if you want to show me something, you can send me something ahead of time, and we can work on your particular audience profile. Day 3 of that training is the actual program creation and naming your program and getting the benefits and what you're going to include in that program. And so day 4, you're going to bring me what you have, and it's going to be interactive, and we're going to be able to look. So if you want to get some brainstorming around the name of your product, for example, we can brainstorm around that. And then when we get into, say, phase 2, where you're actually creating sales pages and you don't know how to put a buy button on it, that might be something I could demonstrate to you on the live one-on-one consulting portions of these programs that I do, these intensives that I do. See, this is my background as computer training and consulting. Back in 1990, 1990 I started out as a computer trainer and consultant, and the way I taught people was different than most people did. I didn't just go through courseware and teach people. I would have them bring in their projects, their work projects, and if they were learning Excel, we'll bring in your project and I'll show you how to do it in Excel. You need to create a database, let's create your database. And so that's the way I train, is by showing you based on your project. So it's not like you're coming to a class where you're just one of 100 people in there and you're learning some basic thing and you got to figure out how to apply it to your situation. No. In the hands-on, the live one-on-one portions of my training, you're going to be able to bring your project in and you're going to be able to get feedback specifically on your project. And in those portions of the training, I can demonstrate technology, assuming you're using technology that I'm familiar with, and I'm familiar with One Shopping Cart, Aweber, PayPal. Another place to go if you don't know the technology is YouTube. YouTube is like your university. It's a free university. You go on there and say, how do I, create a PayPal button or whatever, and there's bound to be a video on it. There's videos on everything. Another really brilliant idea is to delegate the technology piece, especially if you've got like a little bit of technophobic type stuff going on. Instead of holding everything hostage, get you somebody to delegate that to early in your business, and that will make all the difference in the world. There's no point in holding your message or your brilliance hostage because of technology. All right, so how to create a product in a week or less is when I do it one-on-one with people, it runs around $18.95 to work with you one-on-one and help you learn my duplicatable system that you can use to create all your future products. And you're going to be able to quickly generate revenues when you need them because you've got this system in your back pocket. And you're never going to waste months in product development again. And you're going to stop leaving money on the table. Okay, the group intensives are regularly $11.91, and it's 3 phases of intensives that you go through, and you'll identify and research your ideal audience as we discussed. You're going to outline your product, you're going to outline your preview presentation, you're going to create your sales page, you're going to create your marketing plan and marketing calendar. And you're going to get my templates. My templates are worth thousands of dollars. A colleague of mine said, you're crazy, don't give people your templates. Save that for when you work one-on-one and just walk them through it. Don't give them the templates because you can use them over and over and over again. And once you have these, they're yours and you can use them on all future products. But I'm all about making things simple, so I don't see any point in holding back the real meat of what I have to share with you that's going to help you do this fast. So I decided to include my templates that are worth thousands of dollars in this. You're going to get my audience insight template for really profiling your audience in a deeper way probably than anybody has ever had you do before. You're going to get my product or program template. Will help you outline your program. You're going to get my preview presentation template, including my PowerPoint presentation template that's got all the slides that you would need to create a webinar. You just adapt it, change out the information. You're going to get a sales page template for creating your sales pages simply. And you're going to get my marketing calendar template. It's a ready-made marketing calendar. You can just go with it as is, or you can adapt it to your own. Now my classes, my intensives are kept small to ensure that you get the individual attention you need. It's back to the way I said I trained with computer training all those years ago. I know that I need to keep that small so that you get the one-on-one, that live one-on-one consulting piece here. And we want to make sure you have time to share what you want to work on, get some personalized help, but also get an amazing level of insight from the group collaboration, because other people in the group are going to be able to give you feedback as well, and they're also going to be able to teach you some things about their questions, things you might not have thought to ask. So it's a great combination of the personal and the collaborative and the insights from a group setting, but it's kept small. I limit it to no more than 8 students per intensive so that you get that individualized training. And my intensive portions are 90 minutes. So the training portions are an hour and the intensive portions are 90 minutes to give a little bit more time for questions and things. And a lot of times I have time for Q&A in the presentation, training portions as well. So you're getting lots of individual attention in a group setting without having to pay the high-end price of a individual attention. So let's take a look at those 3 phases I talked about. Phase 1 is how to create a program in a week or less. And in it, as we discussed, you're going to identify your ideal customer and create a program to solve their pressing needs. You're going to create a program they're willing to pay for. Okay? You're going to get the hands-on personalized training and the combination of the training and the live one-on-one consulting sessions. You're going to get a private Facebook group where you can post questions, put up examples of what you're working on, get feedback from me and the group. Just a rich environment for you to be able to get additional feedback besides the calls. And normally this is $397. It's $297 for this phase of the training. Just $297 so you can get started. And one of the reasons why I've broken it up into 3 phases is so it's affordable. You can get in, you can get started, and start actually doing something. By the time you're done with phase 1, you're going to have a program. Okay? You are really going to have a program that you can sell. Now, phase 2 is you got to be able to sell it, right? Okay, so how to sell your products and programs with ease. And you're going to create a preview presentation that will inform and sell your program. You're going to create your sales page so that people want to buy it and they press that buy button and pull out their wallets and put their credit card information in. And you're going to get it in that same personalized hands-on training session. And you're going to have a private Facebook group for questions on that one as well. So it's a combination, 2 days of instruction and 2 days of the 90-minute calls where you can bring your project. You can bring your sales page. You can have me look at it. We can work on your features and your benefits. We can help you with your headlines. And a very active, you're going to be able to see my screen and see me. You can send, say, your sales page ahead of time. I'll pull it up on the screen. You're going to see me edit and tweak your headlines or edit some of your benefits and make them pop. You're going to get some really meaty help on this, and you're going to be able to watch other people's pages get worked on so that you can get ideas from that as well. Now that one, only $297. Again, regularly $397. It's only $297 for that phase of the training. And then phase 3 is how to streamline your marketing and fill your programs, because you've got your sales pieces in place, but you got to get people coming to look at your pages. You got to get people onto your preview calls. And so you need the marketing piece. And a lot of people don't like that. They don't want to have to think about that. But that's my background. I've been doing online marketing since 1994. I know it inside and out. And I've got this streamlined way for you to market. I've got a marketing calendar, as I've mentioned before, that you can adapt and use as your own. I'm going to teach you how to leverage Facebook advertising if you decide to go that way. I'm going to show you how to create custom audiences and things and really track the people that are coming to your website so that nobody falls through the cracks. Going to help you create your email follow-up series, because you got to have a way to stay in contact with these people so that they eventually buy. Some people are going to buy right off the bat. Other people are going to need some follow-up from you to eventually convert into buyers. Could be timing's off for them, or maybe they don't have the money at that moment, but they will down the road. So again, we've got this personalized hands-on training and a private Facebook group for this how to streamline your marketing and fill your programs. This module is the same as the others, only $297. Now here's the really cool part, and I really recommend doing this because I anticipate these are going to fill up. I've only got 8 spots in each one, and if you want to get this done, I've got all 3 trainings going on generally in a month, okay? And so you could quickly just say, I want all 3 of them. Reserve my spot in all 3 of them, and I'll just take them boom, 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 one after another. And you get all 3 phases of the training, and you'll save $112 over what that already low $297, $297, $297. So it's if you were to get them at the normal price of $397 for all 3 modules, it'd be $1191, but it's only $747 to go ahead and get all 3. And that reserves your spot, because the last thing you want to do is like get one and then realize you can't get in on the second module for 2 more months because it's full. So I recommend go ahead and scheduling the ones that you want. So here's the link to go to sign up, and this link is going to take you to all 3 modules, and then you can click on the phases there to see the details on each one of them. So it's marniepearson.com/unplugged/programs. If you want to create these programs that are going to leverage your income, help you stop trading hours for dollars all the time, and leverage your influence and really create a system. See, hidden within this, besides creating the program, is the fact that you're going to create a system. And very few people know how to do that. They don't know how to create a system to deliver that brilliance that's inside them. That's the underlying beauty of this entire program, is not only are you going to create programs and know how to do it from then on, but you're also developing your own system that you can then go out and use to teach and train other people on what you do that's brilliant. I mean, it's just a lot of high-end, great quality information in here. And at the end here, I'm going to share with you some ideas and thoughts from people who participated in this class. And I hope you'll join me in one of my upcoming intensives. You'll find the dates there at marniepearson.com/unplugged/programs. Thank you for joining me.